don't allow them. They're only keeping their pockets heavy. That's all they're doing.
Correct, correct. And just we're gonna read the post there from Eric Lewis so Dave can start to put it up again. But I just want to read something more on the oh, you got, oh, 1 second. I read in my phone here. Uh but I just got a call. I can't tell you all what I just saw in my phone a while ago, folks. I'm not being rude, but I had to look in that phone. Listen, just a little bit more on the fire service. Folks, there is a lot of victimization being alleged that is happening at the fire service in Barbados, where you have senior fire officers who are speaking up about issues. This reminds me, of the nurses at the geriatric hospital. And because they speak up, tonight we're talking about speaking up. And because these nurses speak up, what has happened is that they decided that they're going to punish them. Well, you have senior fire officers who they are skipping over. They're supposed to be promoted, they're not promoting them. They're reaching all the way down the line and pick up the junior fire officers, right? Promotions lacking merit, right? Inconsistent rules. If the promotions are done contrary to the Service Commission's regulation, if they lack merit, they're featuring nepotism or inconsistent rules, right? That is something that can be challenged administratively,
Yes, it can.
right, Mr. Babb?
Yes, yes.
And the question that needs to be asked is who is chairing, who actually, who's sharing these administration? Caller, can you turn down your phone? Thank you so your device. Thank you so much. Give us a minute. Let me just complete this, and then we'll come right to you. Thank you. Who is chairing the selection boards, Mr. Babb? Right? Is there documentation? In terms of the selection criteria, and do they have like score sheets? The interview panels, are they independent? All of these things that we have to ask, and all because senior fire officers are speaking up. This is what they're saying, because senior fire officers are speaking up. They are victimizing the senior fire officers, passing over them and going to the junior officers. We're not done with this. We're going to stay on top of this. We're just introducing it tonight. Go ahead, caller. Welcome to the Marcia Show.
Blessed good night, Marcia and Mr. Babb,
Good night. Good night.
and to the all the loyal oppositions. There are two things I want to just discuss tonight. No, one is I don't believe that Ronnie Clark, the announcer, I don't believe that he is the only person who is being victimized. There's some vision somewhere in some company, maybe in government, who is also facing maybe the same thing that Ron Clark is facing. I would like that there is an open forum, even if you can do it, Marcia. Have some kind of open forum where some person or persons can either write you or send a note to you to to discuss what they're going through, anonymous or whatever, right? That's one. Now the other thing is, who is the minister responsible for crime?
The minister responsible for crime, isn't that Wilfred Abrams?
All right. Now, with all the crime that is in Barbados, have any person taken responsibility for it?
No, I wouldn't say anybody. What do you mean?
Okay.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
How could you be responsible for crime, and there's crime going on in the country, and you have not taken the responsibility for it?
I think when they say responsible for crime, is that it is their
that's your
their,
portfolio.
Yeah, your portfolio, and you're to be able to reduce crime. But crime isn't reducing.
But what I'm saying is, you are the minister responsible for crime. This is your portfolio, and crime is happening in the country, and you are not coming out and saying that you are responsible. This is your field. You're responsible for what is happening.
So what are you saying?
This is your field. I'm saying that people who say that they are when they are not should be removed.
Well, how do you remove them? You see, because we say these things, they should be removed. He's a minister that is duly elected. He was elected by the people. How do you remove him?
He was duly elected to be responsible for crime, or that was an office that was given to him.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, caller. He was elected as to represent the people as an MP. So you're calling on who do you want to move him?
I believe he should be removed from that post, from that position, as long as he's not functioning in that capacity. But who's going to remove him?
That's a big question. That's it. So whenever we found out whenever we're talking about removing somebody, whatever, we're talking into the wind, because the prime minister is not going to listen to us.
Right. All right. No, this is where the issue really is now. You are putting people responsible for a portfolio of position, and yet still crime is rampant in the country, and you are not doing anything about the person who's supposed to be responsible for this kind of action. If you're going to say that some person is responsible for roads, and yet still you have a lot of potholes, the person is not doing their duty.
Yeah. So you're advocating that this minister be removed. Well, we can say it, but we've seen over the years that that doesn't the prime minister, she doesn't listen to us like that. She's not going to listen to us, period. So he will remain there, and we are going to be told that he's doing a good job. They're going to tell us that he's doing a good job, and he will remain there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. While the crime rises. So in other words, the only way we will know that he's doing a good job is when there's a rise in crime, when there's another murder.
Well, yes, I guess so, because she's not going to listen. So we're right now to remove him, we're speaking into the wind. I don't see her doing that. She doesn't listen to that kind of request. Okay?
Well, there is an extra wind coming though, an extra wind coming.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody's going to listen.
Yeah. Well, somebody said the X will take care of
it.
The Barbadians are going to go and put the X.
The extra wind, yes.
Well, fear. There's no X in fear.
Right.
But it seems as though we're finding a lot of X's in fear. I mean, a lot of X's in fear, because the people seem to be afraid to do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. Well, I hope. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I personally believe though that if you are going to advertise that you are the minister responsible for crime, you should be taking responsibility when crime happens, when there's a rising crime.
When there's a
Because you're
rising,
not doing anything about it.
you know,
You're not doing anything about it.
and I'm sure he would be coming out taking a bow if crime reduces. Well, good. Lots of things to talk about, and so it's about that X on election day, that X. And
Yes,
I'm not those. Whenever I speak like that, there are people who will say they don't watch the show anymore because I'm telling people to put an X. I don't tell them to put an X wherever they need to put an X. They put an X straight up. And as I keep telling them, caller, this show, I'm not here to babysit anybody, and we're not here trying to say, well, straight up, vote them out straight.
I am saying to the people to do the right thing. Stop being fearful and do the right thing. And you're going to see right things happening.
Yeah. I agree with Adrian Hines agreeing with you. Vote all these people out, and the problem of ineffective minister of this, that, and the other gone. Use the Barbadian people have the power. Vote them out. That's all. That's the only power you have. Is to vote. You could pray. You could do all of that, but you got to vote. It's the only way. Straight. Caller, thank you for calling.
You're most welcome.
Yes, thank you. Always a pleasure.
Marcia, he raised a question.
That's good. I'm hearing you now. I think you were trying to say something earlier. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, okay. I think he raised a very important point about these ministers. And I was having a conversation with another citizen. I was going to write about it. And he said, vote for representatives to represent us in the House Assembly and our concerns. But then our concerns no longer matter to them after they are elected. They are only concerned about party concerns and representing the party. It is even more so because they sit down, they're supposed to represent us, and then they come up with laws and legislation without consulting us who asked them to represent us, and vote in Parliament for these laws without even consulting the people who asked them to represent them in the House of Assembly. So he is saying, the voter is saying, that cannot be right, because there's a situation where if a person who has been elected as a representative of a constituency decides to cross the floor, we don't go back to the polls, he remains in the House Assembly. So how comes it is more important for that person who can cross the floor without having a new election to replace them, but then the party support becomes more important than representing the people's interests? And that is what that young man who called before was talking about. So we have elected members of Parliament, and they're no longer our representatives. And we need to set that record straight in the next election. You are there to represent our interests, because we all can't go to the House Assembly. So therefore, you come to us and you ask us as voters to give you that opportunity to represent our concerns. And that has to change. So I'm saying to the persons out there, your representative is going to Parliament, and they're not representing you. Because when he made the point, look, he may be elected on a BLP ticket or a DLP ticket, but when he crosses the floor, he's not crossing, he's crossing as a representative of people. So there's no need to go back to the polls. So his main position in Parliament is to represent the constituency who put him there. So then we're not getting that from them, because then in this present day government, the party line is more important than the representatives, than the people that they have elected them. So if that is the case, and you're elected as a BLP person, once you have or DLP or whatever party, and you're not a representative of the people, then once you decide that you're no longer with that particular group, then there must should be a next election. But that's not the case. So they're gonna
Yeah.
answer to us, and then you sit down, you go to cabinet, and you sit down, and without coming back to us, you make laws, cybercrime, Airbnb, to come up against us. But that is not what we put you there. We did not vote for you as our representative to come up with laws to put us at a disadvantage. So there are a lot of people. That is why people are fed up, because they take the party line and forget about representation.
And you know, Mr. Babb, I will tell you, I was talking to my husband because people come up to me all the time and they said, you know, Marcia, seriously, why don't you consider running? Right? Why don't you consider? And, you know, I said to Dave, this only, I think it was yesterday, Dave, I can't remember. We were chatting about this because, you know, our family, we don't have any interest in that. And I said to him, the only way is God himself will have to speak to me about that. But I have zero interest in it, Mr. Babb. That's the truth, you know. And I said to him, what turns me off, right, is that I see exactly what that person is saying. When they get in there, they don't represent the people anymore. They don't represent their party. So the bill could be as wrong as ever and bad for the people. They are going to stick with their party. And I don't care whether it's BD or whatever. I don't want no job from nobody, because if I go in there, Mr. Babb, I have to go in there to represent the people. I could not live with myself to not be able to do that. And if that is the kind of commitment I have to have with a party over the people, I have no interest. I don't. Why would I run? You understand? I'm not going to run. I don't know. I probably said too much there, but I'm just be honest. You know, you guys might see it a little differently, and that's okay. But I'm just being honest and telling you one of the reasons that turn off for me. I watched the whole thing and I realized this is what goes on. I know you're there. You came. I would have gone to people's homes and begged them to vote for me. For what? Right? We have a caller. Caller. I might have a little challenge here, but let me try. And then I'm going to read what's on the okay. Caller, good night. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that you're not calling me via WhatsApp. A WhatsApp call is better, but let's try this way and see if it works.
Okay, let me do a WhatsApp call.
Yes, a WhatsApp call is going to be better. Thanks. While the caller is going to make the WhatsApp call, Mr. Babb, we have here a post by Eric Lewis that I believe that a lot of people must have seen it. Can you give us a little background of who Eric Lewis is while the caller calls, and then I'll ask you to read it. Let's give us a background of this whole scenario here. Oh,
The
he's
most I
calling.
know, the most I know about Eric, is that he's an entertainer of mad fame. Um, specialized in most of his calypso have been about a lot of comedy, but in the last couple of days
Can
he
you hear me?
has
Hold a second right
yes.
there. To hold the pin right there. The caller is on. Good night, caller. Welcome to the Marcia Week Show.
Good night, Marcia. Good night, Mr. Babb.
Yes, that's way better.
Good night.
I just wanted to put my 3 cents in. When you spoke about somebody crossing the floor, it's tantamount to the person, like for instance, we have our opposition leader and party leader for the Democratic Party, is no other but, of course, Mr. Ford. I realized that he actually still represents his people, but the engine he was using, he didn't like. In other words, the Babb party, he wasn't getting anywhere with them in
Yes.
being able to represent his people. And he moved over to the Democratic Labour Party, and he is doing what he was still doing while he was in the DLP. He was actually representing them, but of course he wasn't satisfied with what the DLP was doing. So he moved to the DLP. Now he's getting things done, traction, although they are not in power. So it is the engine, and it goes back to the DLP rather, that is not operating the way that it should. And we recognize this as well. So it is a matter of doing the right thing with the right party. All right?
Okay.
If that's part of the line, fine. But truth be told, he just needs to get things done for his particular represent.
Yes, thank you. Point taken. Because I have to say though that you can clearly see what Mr. Thorne is doing as a leader of the opposition,
Right.
and you see what he's doing as party leader. You know what I mean? That like when somebody says, when you look at even the tint legislation when it was going to be passed the first time.
Nonsense.
When she said she wanted money, Mr. Thorne is who came out and said, no, 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 no. It can't. You can't even. You can't change that law. You have to
Can't do
do
that
this,
to my
and you
people. I
you can't do
represent
that.
them.
Yeah,
Yes.
he stood up and he put his hand out almost like to block them from us several times actually. He is
Mm-hmm.
when you
Mm-hmm.
examine what Mr. Thorne is doing, really, he's doing a stellar job.
Yes, he's representing his people. Now, it behooves the rest of Barbados to recognize, is this party that's running now, that's in government, doing what we want to do? And I'm getting the answer all the time. No, it's not. Transparency, you promise, you're not giving me that. All right? You say that you're going to make sure that you're going to get the roads fixed and you're going to put the tax into the gas, and there's still more potholes than you can see road. You know? Come on, there are different things that are supposed to be done, but they're not being done. And clearly, there's a lot of things that's happening with AI now in the whole world, and we're not even conscious of what's going on. Next year's going to be a different story. But I will say no more. Let God be God and let us do what we got to do. March, yes, I'm all for it. And if it comes time to vote to do the right thing, that's going to be done as well. Because
Yes.
it's not about one person, it's about all of us. It's not D or B, but Barbados.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes, yes,
I just
yes.
have to be there.
Yes, thank you so much. Very well
Thank you.
said. Thank you for
Yes.
bringing me back to balance,
I,
because
you know,
this
yes,
one is
right.
one of those that no, seriously, I can, as an outsider looking in, I can see the demarcation. I can see how he has protected me as a citizen from some of these
Okay.
bills. So I understand. Thank you for calling. Appreciate that.
Thank you as well.
Right.
Bless you all.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the
You
point I
know,
was making too.
because actually, while I was saying it, I said, but Mr. Thorne is, I literally see the difference, Mr. Babb. I see how
Yes.
I can see it, right? I can
Challenges,
see
right.
it
Right.
when he doing party stuff versus when he is blocking the country from Mayor Motley. But
Yes.
Dave, if you could go ahead for me, please. What are we seeing here? I don't think we're supposed to be seeing that. Let us put back, please, the Eric Lewis post, and we're going to close out the program with that this evening. If Dave could, you were setting it up for us because, uh, Dave, you're doing. Is that correct? I'm not sure.
But,
Um,
once you find it, the gentleman was making a point. He called a name about prevention, a minister's name about crime prevention. But I'm saying that a previous administration, that's the problem, had the crime prevention unit under the DLP
okay.
with the emphasis on crime prevention. Uh, and then you have this person getting involved in a peace program with the emphasis on ban peace. And that
Mm-hmm.
is the problem.
Yeah.
So it cannot be a name, it should be a unit involved, it should be a collective. And it's not about one person.
Agree.
Yeah.
Agree. Agree. Yes, I agree. That he's doing a fantastic job. Honest to God. And I'm sure some people, people, nobody's perfect. I come on, look, the man was able to call and bring a little balance to what I was saying tonight. Everybody, sometimes I come off of here and people call me and I realize I said something wrong. Nobody's perfect. And, they're looking for perfection from Mr. Thorne, and he's not going to have it. He's a human. I don't know how he has the strength to go in there and deal with them every week, boy, I tell you. But I'm thankful for him. I really am thankful for Mr. Thorne. Go ahead, Mr. Babb. Miss Eric Lewis's post is here. I'll give you the honors of reading it.
So how you just get one of these awards and then half year later you're fired? You ain't thief nothing. You ain't telling nobody to suck up the mirror. You ain't harass none of the female staff for cunning. You ain't beg none of the male workers for bottle. You was strong. You wasn't strong on rum or drugs and incoherent on the radio. But suddenly there are concerns about your performance and your role in the organization. So I'm guessing no sound or appearance on the ladies show, then no concerns about your performance and your role in the organization. Bring back here and eat this conky with raisins.
That is something else. Now, let me just say, this is fair use. We are using, he's put it up there as a public post, and we are just commenting on it. Okay, this is Mr. Lewis is in no way, sanctioning this, because these people get worried that they get the fair association. So let me just put on the disclaimer for him, because some of them are so worried. But let's see. So he's talking. Is somebody who doesn't understand Bajan? Tell us, what is he saying here?
So, that you probably just don't understand what is really happening, what is the problem or the real issue with Ronnie Clark. That's all he's saying. And using all the Bajan vernacular, all of the scenarios that we could think of a Bajan that would cause persons to come after you in your job, or to want to take your job away from you, or to come up with reasons why you were seen as incompetent and fired after 20-something years. That's all he's saying. So he's trying to, so I'm smiling at it because we know our Eric as well. But that is how we speak. It's not what is happening here, what is really happening.
Yeah. Well, let's look at the award that they're talking about. So, and the reason this has come into focus, it's because Starcom, one of the reasons, because they put out two reasons why the fire running, right? Dave, I don't know how we can do it so the people can see the full award. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Thank you. Okay, so now the thing is this, that the Starcom has put out this this report. Do I call it a report or a reason? A statement. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Mr. Babb. A statement, right? A statement as to why Mr. Clark was fired, and they alluded to, you can correct me, Mr. Babb, if I'm wrong, that there were some performance issues, right? Work performance. Am I right in saying that?
Yes, more or less, yes.
Yes. If you want to add anything to that and make it clearer.
No, I think that they were expressing saying there were concerns in the way he did his job. So that is more or less what in a nutshell. And that is the reason why he was let go.
But as people can see here, this is a beautiful award by Mr. Clark got. And let me see if I can read it on my phone, because I'm not seeing it clearly on that. I'm not seeing it clearly. But
a special appreciation award presented to Ronnie Clark, and he has to go just move it up piece by piece in recognition of your dedication to excellence and commitment to our success. December 8th, 2024.
It looks like December 8th, 2024.
Yeah.
So this is what is perplexing Eric Lewis, because if he saw that Starcom is has put out something saying that, the reason it's because of poor performance, I'm paraphrasing what they said, then why was he given this award? In recognition of your dedication to excellence. Does that sound like poor performance?
No.
Commitment to our success.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they give him this award? And then, months later, there's a problem? I guess this is what Ronnie gonna fill in all of these details for us on Saturday, Mr.
Yes.
Babb.
Of course. Of course. It's more the Marcia than the pestle.
So if we were to read the comments, can we read some of the comments there of the people? Somebody says ungrateful then. Somebody said make him make sense. Show working where applicable. Somebody said, don't forget to drink some water. Somebody said, I'm lost for words. Wow. Don't know. Yeah.
These people do so
Somebody
much
said,
foolishness.
wow. Somebody said that they did not say his job performance, but rather the performance of his role in the organization. But isn't that would be his job? His role is his job.
Yes.
His role, Ronnie's role is his job. So it will have to be the performance of his job.
Good job, right.
Somebody said dum, twiddling thumbs.
A drum beat. Drum roll.
Yeah. Somebody said don't them think that we stupid and fool. I hope Ronnie take them to the cleaners and own the station are the heads. And they have a curse word there. I can't say that. I don't know about anyone else. Dave, can we read any of these online now? I don't know about anyone else, but I'm smelling a shift from Starcom indefinitely. Well, I can tell you that in our car now, we've already made the switch, Mr. Bob.
Yeah.
Normally, as soon as we go in the car is on Starcom. Now,
Mhm.
the last 2 days or 3 days, we go in the car. No, we made the switch, right?
Yes.
But this person said they're smelling a shift from Starcom. Time ticking, brass tacks or no brass tacks. I smell a big dip in the ratings in the coming weeks and months if fellow Bajans are thinking like-minded. Not good for business with the holiday around the corner. Wow. Somebody said Exhibit A. Somebody said I'm malicious in from Guyana. Somebody from Guyana watching. No words. Somebody said no words. Somebody said, I was going along just following the story and trying to weigh both sides, but this has decidedly tipped the scales and
Mhm.
not in Starcom's favor. This does not add up.
It never did from the beginning. I think they wanted to. They didn't want the initial reasons that we know as it related to the NCF, the NCF boss, the Calypso. That was the initial, but somehow in the middle ground, someone said you got to stop this. You can't allow this narrative We can't paint this picture of this person being so thin skinned and that she's untouchable and that kind of thing. So they end up how stupid they push themselves. That's my opinion. They made themselves look stupid from one extreme to the next.
Mm. 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 You know, I'm reading this. I'm reading. Somebody said freedom of speech has become a real skullduggery in Barbados.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody says something stinks at Starcom. Stargazing. The station is gonna lose popularity. Somebody says here, nothing like receipts. A star one day, but performance poor the next. Is it possible to be great one year and bad the next year? Right? So bad that you have to get rid of the person. He said
Yeah.
you may not know the reason, but things don't just suddenly not add up. We all know lies will be told. The devil is a liar.
True.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Somebody said the listening public is still waiting an explanation from Starcom Network about why the announcer's NCF Calypso was banned from its playlist.
Yeah.
The listening public deserves a sensible explanation. And I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Oh my God.
A question here is asked: is there a new program manager at VOB in Ronnie's place yet?
I don't know. They need to come out and hear Ronnie on Saturday. Saturday, 10 a.m., 10 a.m., 10 a.m. Leaving from Marcia, right there, Kensington. Marcia at Kensington, right? Kensington Oval. We are leaving from there and joining Ronnie. We are standing with Ronnie and go to Independence Square. All right. That's what's happening. All right, Dave, you can go ahead and play. Can you? No? Okay, not at this time. Yeah. Somebody saying that he might get back his job. Another one said that they would not want it back. You know?
Atmosphere there is the environment will be too toxic now. That's
Mm.
true. Yeah, too toxic.
Mm. You know, my feeling is that they had somebody lined up for that job.
Well,
You see?
the who, the not ready to replace, but the who may surprise people.
Yes, the who. The who. Oh Lordy. Wow, wow. I don't even know who it is. But I'm sure come and hear Ronnie on Saturday. Saturday. Dave, you're ready to play now or no?
Ronnie, sing. Let the guys ring. Sing, Ronnie, sing.
Solidarity Walk. Together for freedom. Stand with Ronnie. You cannot silence a Calypsonian and expect the people to remain silent.
Hi, I'm Ronnie Clark, not in the chair or on the air, especially over there. But freedom of speech, we need to protect it in Barbados. I stand with you, you stand with me. This Saturday, 10 a.m., Massey Car Park to Independence Square. Be there. because I have a lot to say. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So get ready because we are marching together for freedom.
We're white. Show your support for freedom of speech, artistic expression, and justice.
And we're wearing white, Mr. Babb. Mr. Babb, you have your white ready?
Of course. Of course.
Listen, you always come and join the march from at Cape Shepherd or so. You're coming down to Marcia right there at Kensington at 10 o'clock, or you will start, you'll join late?
I'll try to get what sometimes because of having some chores to do. I find myself getting late, so I want to catch the as early as possible. But I'll try for 10 o'clock to start the beginning.
Yeah, listen, I know, but I'm teasing you. But listen, Adrian, I have been saying that for weeks now. What you're saying there, I've been saying, I'm watching something, right? I am watching something. Or it could be somebody from Trinidad. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm watching something there. Yes, I'm watching something there. Adrian, I am as well. I have asked that question now for weeks. I've been asking that question. Actually, not weeks. I've been asking that question since August. Oh God. How many of you are coming out? We just have a we have no time, Mr. Babb. Guys, make preparations. Make preparations. Get your white. Let's be uniform. Get your white together. All right. Get yourselves uniform. Get your white. Wear a white shirt. If you can wear full white, I'm going to try to wear full whites. I'm going to see if I can. And folks, and walk with something to help. To truly walk with Ronnie, help him with this. The finances as well. It's 2,220 that's remaining. And so those of you who can walk with anything to help, contact me so I can help, to be of a blessing to him. All right. So, Mr. Babb, final
Yes.
words.
I just want to say to the Barbadian people and those who are listening at this point in time, it's time for us to lose our fear. We are the people who have elected or given those persons the responsibility to look after our needs, to represent us, and we need not fear saying to them, to our employees, that we're not satisfied. It is like you owning a business. You are the CEO, you're the owner of the business, you're the general manager, you have staff under you, and you find it difficult on morning to walk into your place to deliver instructions for the day. That is how we are operating with these politicians and this present government that we have elected. We have elected you based on your request, joint canvassing, to represent us. And we are not afraid to say to you we are not satisfied. So I'm saying to our persons to start stepping up, get the courage to speak when things are going wrong. Get the courage, find the courage at some point in time to represent or to say to this government, you're not doing things in the right way. We're not satisfied. To be able to stand up with another person who's having issues and not decide that it is not me, so that's not my business. I'm hold a neutral line. I'm not going to get involved in that. No, because there will be a time will come when you may need that support as well. So I'm hoping that we see a change as you listen to the program and as you get closer to decision time, that you become more responsible, that you change your fear into bravery, so to be able to step out there at some point in time.